last time on Standard Aerei, our party finally met together and made a voyage across the ocean with great difficulty. There was a great storm, but they managed to, after seriously struggling with their ruined ship, they also had a really uncomfy encounter with some kelpies, and they finally made it to shore at Aerei Cliffs, where they noticed that all the buildings looked very sad and ruined. You met the dockmaster, and he very sadly greeted you with, "Welcome to Aerei Cliffs." Aerei Cliffs before you, it looks like they used to be kind of like cat condos almost, so all the buildings are kind of built on top of each other, but they're made out of stucco and thatch, and they're kind of stacked on top of each other, all different shapes and sizes, in almost like impossible looking kind of ways. But you can see that a lot of them look very scorched. Some of them are totally fallen over. Some of them are still slightly smoldering. It does look a little worse for wear here. There's definitely been a problem.
So, quick question. What was the name of the place again?
Aerei Cliffs.
What race was the dockmaster?
Tabaxi.
And they're built like cat condos?
Yes, they are.
Making sure. I think I get the theme. Okay.
I don't know if it's rude, but you're a talking cat, man.
So the dockmaster looks at Arger, looks kind of pissed off, and says, "Yes, I'd say that's rather rude. I am a tabaxi, sir."
Sorry.
From the perspective, we are obviously we've kind of landed and we're on the pier. Is this more like a natural disaster, or is this like a battle, kind of like destruction to the city initially from what we're seeing, or like how cleaned up does it look? Or
give me a perception check or a history check. I don't know if you would either one. Open for the table. Anyone who wants can make a perception check or a history check.
25.
Wow. Okay, and was that perception or history?
Perception.
24 in perception.
23 in history.
Ooh. Archer, what we got?
I got a 13.
Oh my goodness. Was that in history or was that in perception?
That was perception.
It better not be history.
No, prehistory is what he's good at.
No, Archer has a -1 in history.
His history rolls are prehistory rolls.
I was going to say, would his history rolls always be disadvantaged then? I don't know, super disadvantage? I mean,
it would depend.
He might know stuff historically, like, these buildings are built on top of each other. Must be to protect from predators.
Right. So other things.
That's fair.
What did you get, Hannah?
I got an 11.
Okay. So Tia and Arger are both fascinated by this cat-like man in front of them. They notice that the city is not super great looking. What? For whatever reason, Sapala is very aware of the buildings, and as is Shift. Both are very aware of the smoldering ruins of buildings. This looks like it has been attacked. There is damage to the buildings, physical claw marks in some spots. In some spots, it looks burned as if by fire. In other spots, it has an unusual pattern to it that occurs in nature when things are struck by lightning. And that's what your perception check gets you for history, Hank.
Yes, hit me with that history.
Historically speaking, you know that often seaside towns are attacked by predators from above. In this case, it looks like it may have been either a storm giant or a storm dragon of some variety based on the way that the buildings look destroyed and attacked, and based on what you've experienced through history books and your studies over time.
And I happened to see and curse out a big winged jerk that ruined our ship.
You were the only one that saw him, though. Do you say that aloud?
Yeah, no, Hank will just be like, "Let me guess. Dragon?"
And the dockmaster looks at you and says, "Yes, actually, very good eyes.
That's the best."
We suspect a storm dragon flew overhead. We're not sure. We've never really encountered one in this area, so it was very unusual. It caused a really terrible storm, sank half the ships in the bay, and did a number on the town a couple weeks ago, but it's tough to clean up. It actually looks better than it used to. Hard to believe, I know.
No, I mean, that's understandable, you know. We had an encounter very similar out in the ocean. It sucked.
We did?
Literally, it sucked.
I mean, that's when you washed ashore. You know, thunderbolt, lightning. It was quite frightening.
Galileo.
Nailed it.
Well, you mean the dragon turtle then, right?
I may not be a turtle expert, but don't those shoot steam?
Yeah, but that couldn't have caused all this. Well, maybe, but I doubt it. Were there other dragons there?
You all keep saying this word dragon. What's a dragon?
Oh, my friend. So, have you ever seen a lizard before?
Yeah.
No, you would have seen
No.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was thinking of lizard as dinosaur, so that's...
Oh, okay,
so-
sure. That's fair. Then retcon all that. Sorry.
That'll work perfectly for this description. Well, picture one like 50 to 60 times bigger with wings that can also shoot things out. And sometimes they talk, and sometimes they're jerks, sometimes they're nice, but most times they're jerks. Even the nice ones.
But like Sapala talks to animals, so only Sapala could talk to them, right?
That sounds like a great idea. Let's go find it. We can talk to it. You can make a good new friend.
I've never met a dragon before. That'd be well, except for the dragon turtles.
This is a bad idea. That was sarcasm. Please don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As the DM in the background violently shakes her head and covers her mouth in horror. Please, God, don't do this.
It'd be a real short season.
I know, can you imagine?
Hank, what's sarcasm?
Actually, that's a good question.
Oh my! Hank just rubs his face.
Just while this is all going, we've left the boat at this point, right?
I mean, you're standing on the docks, essentially in front of the dockmaster who has a clipboard. At this point, you know, he's kind of looking at you all like, what the fuck am I witnessing here? Like, who the fuck is going to sign my paperwork? And Captain Cool kind of steps in between you all and is like, oh, good to see you again, Scar. And Scar looks relieved and he's like, Captain Cool, it's so very good to see you again. And the captain takes his clipboard, starts filling out paperwork, you know, about how many passengers he had, give or take. And he says to the dockmaster, Scar, I had to let you know, I did pick up some additional travelers than when I initially set out. And he points out Sapala, Shift, and Arger. And he says, they washed ashore not ashore, but they washed onto my ship during a really terrible storm. And Sky was very good, understandable. It's always good to pick up people in need, I understand.
We're also down one.
Yes. We did lose my my right-hand man out there. And Scar was, that's so terrible. Sorry to hear that. And Captain Cool goes, yes, well, we'll just go ahead and we'll put an ad for help wanted in one of the taverns if there's anything left. And Scott kind of nods and says, very good. And he takes the information down and he's like, right. And he hands like a receipt sort of thing to the captain. And the captain kind of pulls on his lapels at all of you and says, very good. It's good to have you all aboard. Thank you for doing business with the pond skipper, and I hope to see you all soon. And I hope you're all safe.
May our next journey be less eventful.
I'm with you there, Hank. And he kind of chuckles and then boards his boat.
I was gonna say, Hank would like to just give him like a gold piece, like as a tip, and just be like, make sure to get you and Brooke some drinks, because you guys earned this.
And he takes it from you gladly, and he's like, yeah, well, I do appreciate that. Thank you. And he kind of tucks it into his breast pocket.
Shift gets off the boat and then turns around after hearing the conversation about the gentleman dying on the boat, and just kind of slowly, shoulders slumped, head hanging, walks up to Captain Cool. If it's any consolation, death is inevitable for everyone. We're all going to die.
That doesn't seem like a consolation, young man. You should probably see somebody about that.
I mean, it's going to happen either way, isn't it? And then he's just going to walk away.
And he kind of looks at Arger and Zapala and he goes, is he okay? Is he ill?
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, sure, but, you know, kind of a sad way to look at it.
I barely know him, so I guess that's how he is. he changes color a lot, and then he changes his attitude. So, I don't know. Right now, Blue, he's kind of like, everything's death. Well, yeah, that's true. Also, hello.
Hello again, sir. And goodbye. And he kind of gets on the ship at that point.
Bye, Captain.
And standing on the pier, kind of holding what seems to be like a really well-worn map, is the elderly Gonathan Gromelin, and he's kind of taking this map, and he's turning it, and it's crinkled, and it's fucked up, and it's got holes in it. You can see that like he spilt ink on portions of it. It looks difficult to read, if anything, and he's mumbling to himself like, I don't know what direction I'm supposed to be going. Why'd I spill all that coffee on this map? I don't understand. It's so hard to be old.
That's unfortunate. Anyways.
And excuse me, and he goes, it is unfortunate. Actually, now that you mention unfortunate, would you like to improve your fortunes by helping an old man get to his destination?
Well, I'm sure that would be a wonderful job for the sea orphans here.
That's me.
Is that what your group is called? That's an interesting one.
That is not what, we are not a group. That is not a name of a group.
What's an orphan?
Oh, it's children whose parents are dead.
Isn't that everybody? Eventually?
When you're old like me, absolutely.
My parents aren't dead.
Well, that's nice.
My parents are. Maybe. I don't know.
Shiv is going to shamble over to Arger and be like, you understand, and just pats him on the back. You get it.
I think.
Mr. Sadman, do you like money?
Money is useless.
Cool, he'll take the job.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to take all of you if you don't mind. I mean, because it's kind of going to be a dangerous journey, and the more people we have, the safer we'll be. You know, I need some strong folks, some magic-y folks, some smart folks. I need all you folks that I can get to help me get to where I need to go.
Where are you planning on going?
Well, I gotta go to my magic shop. Like I said, I'm opening one. Well, it's more like I've inherited one because my friend, he had to go on business, and he sent me to go take care of his apprentice and his shop.
I'm strong. I'll do whatever, but I have one question. What is money?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what? I will go and I will handle all of those matters. Let's just help this poor frail man out, and I'll handle the business side. You handle like the business side, but I'll handle like the business side.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds good. I like that. Yep, I can see who the leader already is. That's very good.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Pat.
No,
You've taken responsibility. Congratulations.
Like there's a look that drains in Hank's eyes of like, yeah, I can make some. Oh fuck, what did I just do?
Tia kind of just pats you on the shoulder, like, there.
Yeah, Aerei hops up onto your head and starts making happy sounds as she nests in Hank's hair.
I look to Hank and I go,
You're the leader, so I have to follow you, yes?
Yes, you
Wherever
do.
he may go.
Because if there's someone I want by my side 24/7, it's going to be you.
Okay.
Hank waits for sarcasm to like sink in.
Does Arger realize that? Oh my god. Arger, you know what? Roll me an insight.
At disadvantage.
Yup. I mean, no,
Yeah,
just regular, not at disadvantage. He's not the DM. Fuck you, Pat. Regular. Roll me insight, please.
that's a 7.
Oh, great.
Oh.
You have zero idea that he is being sarcastic to you. You genuinely think you're buddies now. Like, best buddies.
Yep. Hi, best friend.
Fuck.
So yeah, oh great. I'm so happy that all of you are gonna join me on my journey. I have to go. It might be very far. I don't know.
Do we need horses or a carriage?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we can walk there. It looks like we'd have trouble finding horses here with everything being all fucked up.
Tia asks to see the map to see if she can decipher where to go.
Okay. Sure, young lady, sure. And he hands you this disgusting map.
Would that be investigation or...
Honestly, just give me an intelligence roll.
Archer looks at the map and he just goes,
Is that your wiping rag?
My wiping rag? Wiping for what?
The only thing I could think of, it's pretty dirty.
Hands?
I don't have a wiping rag.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5? Not only is this map, like, super illegible, but you have zero idea what direction to hold it in.
I just kind of, like, hold it up, and I'm like, leader.
Fearless leader.
Over to Hank.
Come, fearless leader.
Can I roll an intelligence roll on the map?
Yes, please.
I crit?
A 1 or a 20?
Like the good crit.
You're the good crit lollipop. Okay, so you got this good crit, and that's 100% enough to realize this is not a real map. This is some like it's like when you go to like a restaurant and they have those maps they give to kids to color and do like shit on, and it's like this is in no way a real map. It's all stained and covered with like ink and different like literal crayon marks and like shit like that. It doesn't make sense. Most of it's missing. Like it literally looks like it says Aerei, but like it's all fucked up and written in like a child's hand.
You get like the cocktail napkin equivalent of a map. I like it.
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
like a Captain Crunch treasure map.
Hank, full dad mode, just map in front of his eyes and just lowers it just to like stare at Gonathan's doughy, stupid face.
What's wrong, Hank?
Where did you get this map, Gonathan?
I don't remember. It's probably been in my storage for a long time. Or maybe that's the one that he drew for me. I don't really remember. I'm kind of old. I don't remember a lot of things anymore.
So, you know how maps are supposed to have compasses or directions or things like that to tell you where it's in reference to?
Yeah. Usually that's what maps have. Yep. That's why I spilled a lot of things on it, and then there was the storm.
This has none of that, anyways.
Oh well. Well, you know what? That's okay. We could just, I'll just start walking, and we could get there.
Do you at least know where you're going?
Maybe. We could just go this way. We just go this way all together. It could be dangerous, though. You never know what's going to come up. We just go this way.
Could we trade for a new map?
We probably could when we get to the shop, you know.
But then we wouldn't. Then Hank just massages his temples. Like it's like we could fix the car by driving the car to the place to fix it. It's like, oh, mother.
Shift just walks up behind the now temple rubbing Hank towards the city and just says, "We all walk through life aimlessly anyways. Why shouldn't this be any different?"
I don't understand what you're saying.
Now, we can just ask for directions as we go through. I know that there's some people in this town I know, and we'll just stop in and say hi to them. That's okay. We'll just ask them.
If the dockmaster is nearby or there's like someone nearby, he would probably just walk up and says, is there a market in the area that's still functioning here?
And Scar would look up from his notes and be like, oh, no, unfortunately right now the market isn't open. There's a few shops that might still be under construction, but I think a couple of them are open. You can try the Merchants Guild. I know that they were still rebuilding, but the Guildmaster would definitely know what was and wasn't open at this point.
Thank you so much, Mr. Scar.
You're so welcome, and welcome to Cadbury Cliffs. And he goes back to his notes.
Just run back to the group and just kind of pass on what he found.
So we can't buy a new map and like veins.
I know where the Merchants Guild is. I'm old friends with the Guildmaster. We can all just go over there and see if he's got a map we can use.
Great.
It'll be fine. I'll just lead you there. It's no problem. Then we can all go together from there, like buddies.
Just hang.
All right,
Like
let's
best
go. And he just starts hobbling his way down the cobblestone streets.
I swear to God, Aerei, I'm gonna kill everyone. One day it's gonna be like snap and just choke. Just
Aerei kind of pecks your head and coos soothingly.
I had it. I don't want to do this.
Shift is staying very close to Hank and almost seems to be like feeding off of his like like anxiety and anger and frustration and sadness.
Oh no.
Almost like it's sustenance.
Delicious sadness. It's like that part of
Yes.
fucking the episode with of South Park when fucking Carmen eats a kid's tear. Oh yes.
Oh, Scott Tenement.
Oh, your tears.
You're so- You're like a misery succubus.
Misery succubus.
So does the group follow after Gonathan as he hobbles down the street?
Yeah, I think Hank is following, but just not like intentionally, just like
Just rubbing his temple and looking like beyond aggravated.
Oh, I'd be following.
Oh yeah, I'm going where Hank's going.
Arger was told that Hank is the leader, and thus
I need to follow Hank.
And Sapala, you also follow?
Falls right behind Arger.
All right. So the group goes. And as you're traveling through town behind Gonathan, you notice, more destruction. There are definitely quite a few buildings that have been completely burnt out. There are a number of Tabaxi folks. They are all sweeping the streets, putting together buildings. You can see, a couple of them are rebuilding things and calling to each other. This seems to be a pretty sizable area. It looks like as he takes you towards the center of the city, where there is a large fountain, you can see that this would have been like the thriving part of the city where, there would have been bars, there would have been shops. You can see the signs for some of the shops and things hanging kind of askew or burnt or missing. You can see some people sweeping or, fixing windows or whatever else they're doing. And he leads you slightly to the right of the port and starts heading towards what appears to once have been like the fish market. It's like almost adjacent to the pier. And you can see there's a very large building there that looks like similar to all the other cat condo type buildings, but almost more fortress-like. And you can see this took quite a bit of damage. You can see the roof is completely collapsed. And there's what used to be like a massive sign kind of one side is completely, it looks like the Titanic when it was sinking, this sign. Like just one part is up in the air and the other is completely inside what used to be the building. And Gonathan kind of shakes his head as he gets up close and goes, oh boy, this really did a number on this place. Usually this is bustling and clean and oof. But you see him wave and he calls out, Nim! And a male tabaxi with short fur and orange spots. He's very stumpy. He's almost like a munchkin cat tabaxi. He's wearing a monocle and he's holding like an armful of essentially what looks like construction pieces.
Like he looks like a fancy Puss in Boots?
No, he looks like a short orange munchkin cat.
Like an Oompa Loompa cat.
So he waves his hand and goes, Yam! Yam, over here! And this tabaxi turns around and he adjusts his monocle and he says, Oh! If it isn't Gonathan Gromelin, what are you doing here? And he approaches Nim and says, oh, well, we're looking for a new map because I came to do the thing I told you, to be my merchant, open, the shop, the thing I was doing all the quests for. Oh, see, I thought you were maybe checking in on the quests and the progress. And I said, well, why couldn't I just write you a letter? But that makes more sense. Who are your friends? Oh, these are the adventurers that are escorting me. And he kind of adjusts his monocle and looks at all of you and goes, I see.
Tia just comes up. Hi, I'm Tia.
Oh, well met, madam. And he puts out his paw in a very businesslike way and shakes your hand very delicately with a very fat, pudgy paw.
It's very awkward because she's doing the princess thing where she's got the limp hand like that.
Oh, so
because she's not used to actually shaking. She's just a princess. That's yeah.
They basically give each other the softest high five.
The softest high five. Okay. Pleased to meet you, Miss Tia. Very pleased indeed. So, how can I help you all? And Gonathan goes, well, I don't have a good map. And he goes, Oh, well, I know where you're going. You know where he's going, don't you?
Not the slightest idea.
No.
No.
And Gonathan just kind of stares blankly, like, I don't know. The city's changed so much. And he goes, oh, well, you just want to go up the street there. And on the left-hand side, it didn't get burned out or anything, and it should be open, and Song is running it. So if you head that way, I think the first half of the sign fell down, and she might be working on repairing it, but you'll see it when you go up around the corner, and that's where you can get the information you need.
All right, cool. So we go there, we get a new map, everything will be fine.
Nim kind of smiles at you in like a wispy sort of way and goes, well, I don't know what you need the map for. We normally would sell them here, but as you can see, all of our stores have been somewhat damaged.
We need the map because he gave me this, and I just show him the map that I was given.
He takes it from you, he adjusts his monocle, and goes,
Right?
That's most unfortunate. That's not good at all. Gonathan, why have you been carrying something like this around? And Gonathan goes, I don't know. You know how you get old and you keep everything. It's never the right things that you keep. And then you give the other ones to your grandkids and they color on it. And then you realize that it was probably important, but it's hanging on the fridge somewhere.
You are the perfect example of why death is necessary.
He says that to Gonathan?
Oh my... And Hank just looks at him like, oh, that was refreshing.
And Nim kind of adjusts his monocle and goes, yes, anyway, unfortunately we can't give you any maps, but if you require a map of some variety, you should definitely head over to Catatonic, the magic shop just up the way.
Right, well, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
You're most welcome, and when we're up and running again, do come back. We're always looking to add new members to our guild and get adventurers out to do quests.
Sure.
Toodaloo! And he gets back to what he was doing.
One temple rub. All right, Gonathan, lead the way.
I'll try. It looks very different around here with all the burned out, but I mean, he did point, so we'll just follow his paw and we'll go that way.
Can we see what he was pointing at, or is there, like, stuff in the way? Or can we obviously see, like, oh, that's the magic shop?
Please give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to can make a perception roll. Yes, please.
I want to lean over to Tia and go like,
There's a lot of cats here. I want to pet them, but I think they'll get mad.
Oh my god, no.
What's a cat?
It's like a dog, but it's a little meaner.
I get off Barkley and I'm like, here, you can pet Barkley. Just you can
Who's a
carry
good
him
boy?
with you.
Barkley's such a good boy.
Wait, how much bigger than Tia is Arger?
I'm about 7 feet and change.
I just hop up on Archer's shoulder and let him carry Barkley.
You Pikachu him? That's awesome.
Do I have, like, Tia on my shoulder like a parrot right now? And
Yes,
I'm
you
holding...
now have Tia sitting on your shoulder like a toddler with her dad.
Oh, this is great. And then Barkley's what, under my arm? Like I'm
However you
holding,
want to carry him, yeah.
Oh, this
Well,
is
if you want to
oh,
carry Barkley, give me a animal handling check.
You got it, boss.
Actually, no, because Tia gave permission. Why don't you make just that a regular strength check?
Strength it is. Okay. 15 altogether.
It's enough. You managed to carry the dog. So, yep, you walk on down the street. Perception rolls. Who did what? Give them to me.
I got an 11.
Shift got a 22.
Hank got a 12.
For Tia, Sapala, and Hank, you're all kind of distracted by the smoldering ruins around you. You know, Hank's got like a migraine from listening to Gonathan, and he just hates this right now. And the only one that actually sees and looks around and can immediately see the magic shop just across the way is actually Shift. And Gonathan starts kind of hobbling towards it, but also doesn't seem capable of seeing it. You don't know if it's like that he just physically cannot see it, or if he's like just senile or something.
Shift just lets out a very long sigh. Let's just get this over with. How far away is it?
It's literally just across the street.
Okay, I'm gonna face step to the magic shop.
Oh, God.
Cool. I'm gonna roll something here.
Oh, no.
Wait, why are you rolling?
Let's just get this over with. Face step
Why am
across,
I
fireball,
rolling?
new attack on the city.
Because you're face stepping. What happens when you face step, my friend?
Yeah, but I roll? Why are you rolling?
I roll.
Okay.
You change your season, I change where you go. Yeah, I'm gonna roll on a random table here. Okay, I'm ready, so whenever you are ready.
Wait, do you want me to roll now too, and then we'll just do it all together? Is that how we're going to do this?
See, sir, that is what I like to do.
Okay, so you rolled. Now it's my turn to roll. So your roll. Okay, so my roll is based on what season shift will be coming. Okay, back to autumn. Is there anybody near the shop?
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing construction.
So my face steps ability this particular time will be immediately after you use your face step. Up to 2 creatures of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for 1 minute.
Cool, but before you actually see any creatures,
Right, before that happens.
shift face steps. And usually, a face step will take you to the Feywild. Makes sense. But you've never been able to do that since you left your home. So instead, you find yourself briefly, for just a breath or two, in a city completely devoid of life. You can't tell what happened here. You look around and it looks like there was some sort of disaster, but the emptiness, the lack of life, the devoid of it, kind of hits you. It's unsettling, and there's a deep terror that has to do with it. And then you're back, and you're standing in front of the shop catatonic. You can see 4 or 5 construction workers around, just fixing various things.
The 2 that are closest to me have to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay, first one succeeds. Second one doesn't. He got a 7.
Okay, so essentially what happens is if Shift disappears from the group, reappears immediately in front of the magic shop. Because of what he experienced during the face step, he's like momentarily just like stunned. But then notices the people around him, and now that because he's autumn, he is that kind of lovely brown color. He immediately shakes it off and immediately strikes a superhero pose. I assume one of the construction workers doesn't buy it, but the other one apparently does. So
yeah, a brown tabaxi is pretty much on a ladder mending the roof. He looks at you and goes, tourists. And then he keeps going. The other one, he seems to be younger. He's a striped tabby tabaxi. He's wearing his construction belt wrong.
oh, is it like backwards or upside down or?
Yeah, it's like backwards. Like it's not.
All the
it's not
tools just
right.
keep on falling off because
all
he
the
can't.
tools keep falling off because he hasn't put it on correctly. It's like maybe his 2nd or 3rd day, apparently. But he sees you, and his eyes get real big, as if you're catnip. And he says,
Oh God!
"Hi, new friend.
Well, hello there.
Hi, welcome to Cattery Cliffs.
It looks like you guys might need some assistance. Do you guys require help?
Yeah, we definitely need to help fix the whole city.
Shift.
Perfect. You know what? I have a bunch of friends.
No.
I have a bunch of friends here
No.
that might be willing to help. Hey guys, I found the magic shop, and look, all these people need our help.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's lots of people that need help. You seem peppy. Did you take your medicine? Good for you." And he walks in past Shift and goes into the shop. There's like a jingling sound.
Still on Archer's shoulder as he walks in, assuming he's walking in. I just wave at Shift as I walk in.
I wave back as I walk up to my new favorite fan. So what are you doing here? How does this work? And I'll just start grabbing tools and just start like trying to do things with them.
Hank, as he's walking, probably like back of the pack, just kind of like goes to shuffle Shift away from the new cat guy. Just like one job at a time, hero boy. Let's go. We got to finish this one first.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
wait,
Yeah,
but-
you're right. So I'll be back. I promise, I'll be back. Just hang tight. We got something.
He'll be back.
All right,
That's
well,
incredible.
I'll tell
Leave
you
him here
more
with
about it
you.
next
Just-
time.
We have an agreement.
Yeah, you should leave him here with me.
All right, what's your name?
I'm Callion.
All right, Calvin. We'll get him back here. Whatever.
Okay, and it's Callion.
Calvin, got it. Yeah, okay.
No.
It was a pleasure meeting
That's
you,
not right.
Callion. It's a pleasure meeting. Okay.
Okay, bye, new friend, bye.
Bye.
And he drops. He's waving and he's very excited, so he drops his hammer on his foot. And he's like, frick.
And then 59, 60. The minute is up.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, only a minute. Yeah. So the minute passes, and then he drops the hammer on his foot. He's really mad, and he forgets all about you. Like he's pretty much like, that was weird.
Oh man, I thought
Just
we were
like
gonna
Shift.
have.
Hit him and quit him, Shift. That's how you do.
I thought we were gonna have like a new like NPC buddy.
We have to stop adopting every NPC. We're only like 4 episodes in.
How are we supposed to create emotional resonance and have our DM eventually kill them in order to break all of our hearts?
Mr. Paisano.
Don't worry, I do that by
sidekick.
myself. I don't need your help.
From Hank's perspective, we've already adopted 3 NPCs.
Whoa, fair. Okay, so y'all enter the shop, and as you enter the shop, you hear a beautiful voice. You hear, "When you need a special item for a lower fee, spectacular songs haberdashery." Meow.
Yes.
As you open the door, this young female tabaxi, she's white, but she has dyed pink stripes into her hair. She has multiple piercings on both ears. She's dressed in a combination of pink leather, like an apron, as if she's in the process of making stuff, over, like a very pastel-colored outfit. She has very interesting eyes. She has one purple eye, and she has one blue eye, and she is grinning at just her whole face is lit up when you come in, and Gonathan is standing in front of her, kind of looking like, oh no, Sean, that's not even the name of the shop. And she goes, I know, but one day it could be. What if I owned the shop and I called it that? And then spectacular songs haberdashery. Can you imagine it? It'd be so exciting. Yeah, but get off the table first, dear. And she jumps down from the table looking dejected.
Shift was just about to jump onto the table.
He can still try.
No, it's fine. The moment passed.
Do
the
a
moment passed.
backflip.
Gonathan ruined it. Do a bow because that's always gone well.
So this motley crew walks into the shop and is greeted by a very musical young tabaxi. And Gonathan says, well, it looks like we've reached our final destination. Thank you all for escorting me.
You're welcome.
Do you require any further assistance?
Oh, I mean, I might.
This was it?
Yeah, this is the shop I'm going to take over, and this is my new apprentice. This is Spectacular Song.
This is the...
It was a very dangerous adventure, wasn't it?
You sell magic items here, yes?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Do you happen to have a Zone of Silence scroll?
No, unfortunately, we don't have the scrolls right now, I don't think. And he looks at Song, and Song goes, oh, no, unfortunately, a lot of the scrolls were burned up in the fires. But we have a couple of other different things if you're interested in.
Can I just use this? Can I
Sir?
just use this room over here for a second? This closet.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I use that all the time. Don't mind the recording equipment. Just
Okay.
ignore that. It's okay.
Hank closes the door, and you just kind of hear like a.
He's using it as a scream room. That's very cathartic.
I lean over to Gonathan and I go, I think he's pooping.
Boy, I hope he's not pooping in there. There's no toilet.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm making him clean that literal shit up. I'm not doing that.
So Paula just leans over to Tia and just goes, Is Mr. Hank upset?
I think he has a headache.
Oh, you should let me know, and I could see if I could help him. I can cast healing magic.
I think it's stress related.
Oh, what's been so stressful?
Oh, no.
Tia just kind of laughs. Don't worry about it. He'll feel much better when he comes
Okay.
out.
All right, well, as promised, I did say I would reward you all, so as promised, I'm gonna pay you. And he reaches into his robes, and he pulls out a little satchel of gold, which he puts on the counter. That there is about, that's 100 gold, and you guys can split it among yourselves, and maybe buy some neat things somewhere in town, since the town seems to be dying.
So Paula's gonna see the bag, and he's gonna just reach for it and like open it to look at what's inside. And he's just gonna look at Gonathan and just goes, I don't know what gold is, but you just gave us a whole bag of trash circles, sir.
I'm sorry, I gave you what?
Trash circles.
Tia pipes up and she goes like, no, Sapala, and I like give everybody 25. I go, you can exchange this for things at shops. It's called money.
No, this is garbage.
I look equally confused as Sapala, and I see these shinies in my hand, and I go,
they look nice, but, what do you do with them?
You use them, like she said. You use them in the shops, and then they give you goods based on how many coins they ask for. Yes, money.
I raise my hand again and I go, let's go to a bar and I can show you how to use them.
Ooh, did you say bar?
Song, do you know if there's any bars still open after the raid? And Song looks thoughtful. And she goes, I think so. And then she goes over to the counter, because there's like a beautiful little counter spread out. It's very well polished. It's very clean in here, despite, having been wrecked. You can tell where the damage is, but you can tell she's also been literally working her tail off to get this place to look normal. She's tried her best to display what isn't damaged. And she goes over and pulls down on the burn side of the wall a map that appears to be of the town. It's very singed. It's a little worn and sad. But she looks at it thoughtfully. And she goes, let's see. The spilt milk might be open. I know it was a little worse for wear since it's at the top there. But let me think. And she peruses over the map again. And she goes, Oh, I think the Catnip Tavern was hardly touched by the fire, so you can always go to the Catnip. I think that's the only two that are open at this point.
Catnip we go!
Agreed.
It's a little more pricey, but it's definitely worth it.
Because I'm still on Arjo's shoulder, I just point like, and we go!
You're the boss.
To adventure.
With trash circles.
Song kind of shows you on the map whereabouts you'll be heading. And she says, make sure you come back. I'm always looking to make new friends.
Would you like to come with?
Well, I can't. Now that Gonathan is here, I have to keep training.
Tell Hank where we're going when he's done.
I can just tell him, and she kind of gently knocks on the door and pokes her little face in and goes, Mr. Hank?
Yes. Just calm as a bomb.
Your friends are all leaving to get alcohol. Would you like to go get some alcohol?
I don't drink, but thank you.
Okay, well, they're going to the tavern for food and booze, so
That's all right.
when you're done, you can go meet them.
I'm gonna stay in here for a little longer.
Okay, and she closes the door. Sometimes I get like that when we have really angry customers, so I understand.
I lean over. I look to Tia, who I've got on my shoulder, and I go, I'm assuming we're walking to the the tavern at this point.
What's a tavern?
You'll enjoy this, don't worry.
Okay.
Sapala just guys were like walking. Sapala just kind of looks at Shift and like has like a coin in his hand. He goes, Shift, are you sure this isn't garbage? Because in my experience, this is garbage.
Well, sir, I'm not sure if I've ever come into contact with that particular form of money, but what you see, I'm actually fairly well traveled, and what I've found is that there's a lot of communities that tend to, in order to keep things a little bit more organized in regards to trade, they would essentially create a form of what they refer to as currency. So it's something that the entire community agrees upon.
As he talks, Sapala is licking the coin in confusion and holding it up in disbelief.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't lick it. You don't know where that's been. But But ultimately, as long as the other person agrees that the thing that is in your hand is valuable, then it holds value. So since this community has deemed this particular piece of quote-unquote garbage valuable, it is in turn valuable because it is deemed so. So yes, it may look like garbage, albeit pretty garbage, but in this particular community, that pretty garbage can pay for things as a form of trade.
These are not the pre-trash circles.
I'm sorry, the pre-trash circles?
We call these trash circles because they come out of like ships that are like sunken and stuff, and it's just, land people garbage we have. So like, we've got like the bronze trash circles, you've got the white trash circles, the yellow trash circles, and you got the shiny trash circles. The shiny trash circles, now those are pretty ones. I like those ones because you can see your face in them.
Yes. No, I see the confusion here. A quick question. These trash circles that you find, do they usually end up being in chests or crates of some kind?
Oh yeah, I've had a whole chest full of them once. You know what? I brought it to the traders and I got 60 feet of rope for it. It was a really good deal.
I'm sure it was. What you found was what's called treasure, which usually is a currency of some form of another to other people. I'm not going to lie. You probably got your ass taken in that trade. But hey, I mean, as long as you feel like you won out, and that's what truly matters, right? Just don't lose those.
I look over to Shift and I go,
What does it mean to have your ass taken? It's attached to you.
Well, it really depends on the context. Never mind. Let's move to the bar.
As you say that, you guys arrive at what is the Catnip Tavern. It has in front of it a very tiny little glass that is like the sign, and it just says Catnip Tavern in somewhat singed but metal. So thankfully it looks like most of it has been intact. It looks like it was hardly touched with a fire. It's on the ground level and not too far from the main fountain. As you enter, you see that it's kind of a classier place. The front window seems like it's broken, and it's got like a little board over it, but otherwise it's pretty nice. It has a small stage, and currently on stage there isn't anybody. It's kind of like midday, so it might be more of a hopping place in the evening. Behind the bar, which is very highly polished, the whole place it gives like a jazz vibe kind of feel, like a jazz lounge. I don't know if anyone's ever been to one. So it's got like leather couches and highly polished wood, and everything's kind of a darker wood. It smells almost smoky in here, but not in an unpleasant way. And there's a white cat behind the bar, a white tabaxi. She has one blue eye and one brown eye, and she has a silver hair ornament, and she's cleaning the bar.
Tia goes straight up to the bar, and she goes, "Excuse me, how much for a beer?"
And the tabaxi, she's kind of fluffy, like think Aristocats. She looks like that cat. And she goes, "Oh, darling, we don't really do beer here. We do small mixed drinks. Little nips, if you would."
How much for your cheapest drink?
Oh, that's just a copper.
Okay. I look at Ardra and Apollo so that they know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I hand her a gold piece.
Oh, very good. A round? And she points at Tia, Ardra, and Sapala and Shift.
I go, 4, please.
So she breaks change for you. She goes to their little till, and she goes over and she comes back with 9 silver and 6 copper.
And I kind of explain what you guys just said there. Like, hey, these are like a penny. These are like a dime. 1 of these is worth 10 of these, and 10 of these is worth 1 of these. And I'm pointing out which one.
I mean, pennies and dimes wouldn't exist in this world, but I love
you. Get what I'm saying.
That's the second half of that. It's the 10 of these is worth 1 of these.
Yeah.
So you basically give the yellow trash circles for more of the white and the bronze trash circles. Okay.
So what she's going to do, she's going to bring us back a drink, because I exchanged 4 of these small ones for 4 drinks. So she's going to give us drinks. This is the change, because I gave her over the value.
So she comes back and she has 4 very tiny glasses. Like they're essentially like shot glasses, but they all have stems. And she comes back with 4 tiny little glasses. They all have like an amber-looking liquid in it, and it has almost like a ginger ale sort of smell to it. And she puts them in front of you, and then she puts little clips of what looks like a plant, like an herb of some kind, on the corner, like almost decoratively inside each cup. And she says, those are the little nips, and you can have those.
I say thank you, and I tip her one of the silver pieces.
Oh, thank you very much. She bites it, and then she tucks it into her bodice.
And then I give 1 drink to each person, and I go like, here you go, cheers. And then I drink it.
Please describe to me how each of your characters drink it.
Oh, I just like take it. I understand the delicacy, so I hold it just like right and just.
Do you sip the whole thing back, or do you slow sip?
It's like a shot, right?
I mean, it's shot sized, yeah. Although for Tia, it might be almost regular size.
Yeah, okay, so because it's like regular size, I drink it slow.
Okay.
Shift just clinks glasses with Sapala and Arger, and since Tia's already drinking hers, he just slams it onto the counter instead, and then just tosses it back like straight frat boy style, just like.
Cool. Shift, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
All right.
Arger and Sapala, how are you drinking this?
Sapala sort of looks confused at Shift, and he just like looks to Arger and like gingerly leans over to like, taps the glasses together, and he's like, I guess that's what you do. And he like takes a smell, and it's like doesn't smell like salt water, so he just like awkwardly like sticks his tongue out and like dips it in to like get a taste.
Like a fucking hummingbird.
So, what out of curiosity, how much alcohol, or like what is in this in terms of like, is it like a bitter drink? Is it a sweet drink? Is it
It tastes like an alcoholic version of like a herby ginger ale. But it's pretty fucking strong. So it tastes like an herby ginger ale on the front, and on the back it burns like shit.
I mean, getting the taste on the tip of his tongue, he probably like can taste like a little bit of the burn at the end. He's just like, oh, this is really good. He just like puts it to his lips like he's drinking it, but like has his mouth shut so it only hits his lips, and then puts it down like he's like, tasty.
Can I do a perception check to see if he actually drank it or not?
Yes. That would it be a perception check?
Insight, maybe?
Insight?
Yeah, it's actually more like insight, because you're trying to determine what his intention is there. Shift, what did you get on that con save?
19.
You got a 19? You're actually fine, but you do feel it burn on the back end. That's a strong drink.
Woo! That's the
worth
good
way
stuff.
More than a copper, honestly. Arger, how are you drinking your booze?
For the record, this basically sounds like a Moscow Mule.
Yes.
The way it's pretty much what
it's
it is.
It's a baby Moscow Mule.
Yeah. Well, if it's shot sized,
the urban is actually catnip, just so everyone knows.
from what I'm guessing is if it's shot sized for an average human, it's probably thimble sized for me.
Yeah, probably like a thimble for Arger, yeah.
But I've also never drank alcohol before.
Mm-hmm,
so would I need to roll this at disadvantage, I'm guessing?
How are you drinking it?
Oh, I mean, he sees him take it like a frat boy. I mean, there's only really one way Arger's going to handle it.
Just roll me a con save. I mean, it's regular, because you're a big dude.
Okay.
You'll be okay.
Okay.
Shift is such a good influence.
That's a 20. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you're also fine, but you do feel the burn as well. It's definitely interesting.
Why is it hot?
That's how you know it's good.
What?
Tio, what did you get for insight? Can you tell what he's doing with his drink over there?
Oh, dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you 100% notice that he's got his lips closed and you're just kind of pressing it to his lips and then putting it back on the bar.
I go back to the bartender. I'm like, what virgin drinks do you have?
Oh, anything on the menu. I can do just about anything, sweetheart. It's no problem at all. What, do you like sweet? Do you like bitter? Do you like...
Let's do just, like a grape juice.
Grape juice? We can do that. And she goes underneath and she, takes another one of the very small cups and she pours, like, a sparkling grape juice into this cup and she's like, that's also just a copper.
And I toss her, a silver and say, keep the change.
Ooh, thank you, ma'am.
And I hand the grape juice over to Sapal. I'm like, I think this might be more your cup of tea.
It's not tea, it's grape juice, though. And she wanders off.
Grape juice. This water looks dirty.
This water looks dirty.
It's juice. It's liquid squeezed out of fruits. Just try it. This might be more up your alley.
He does the awkward like tonguing again. He's like, oh, wow. And he'd like take a full sip of it. And he's like, ooh, it jumps in my mouth a little bit.
It's like when fucking Worf had prune juice on Star Trek. A warrior's drink.
So everyone starts to enjoy their drink here at the tavern. Hank, you're in your scream box.
Scream.
Yeah, it's just like probably one long like and the door just opens and he's just very stoic and silent, just like, okay.
Oh, yeah, your friends left your portion of the reward money.
Did they leave my portion? Because I thought they each took 25 out of 100.
He gave 100, but then he realized he did math wrong.
Oh, what a sweet old man. I hate him.
Yeah, that's for you right there, and he gives you 25 gold.
Tia made a mistake earlier and said 25 each because I forgot.
He probably saw that happen, which is like, I see, okay.
I thought it would just be comical if she took the whole kitty, and then it's like, kitty. And then Hank comes out, and it's like, all right, so where's my money?
Yeah. And so Gonathan just hands him 25 gold. There you go. That's for all your effort. I appreciate your help. I know I'm not the easiest person to work with, but I tell you what, your group looks like it's real strong, right? And I'm looking for special rare items to stock up the shop, right? We need more items. And I think that your group would be the best group to go out and do it. So if you guys want to make a little extra moolah, I'm willing to grease you up with it if you take my quests, because I got some cool items that I want for the shop, boy, and it's gonna be great. And Song kind of chimes in and goes, yeah, we're gonna get like the coolest magical items, and Gonathan says that we're gonna learn all sorts of new spells.
Like what kind of new spells?
He did not define what spells are new, but I trust that the new spells are going to happen.
Oh, fantastic. I'll look it down at Gonathan. Like, what kind of new spells?
Oh, and, well, let's see. She's still pretty new, so we might want to work on some invisibility, maybe, and, we want to work on the prestidigitation, because this place is a mess, and, that kind of stuff, good stuff. All sorts of good stuff.
All right. What kind of magic items?
Well, I mean, I have lists, and so if you're interested, you come back. I'll give you the first one, and you can go retrieve them. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of them are going to take, a lot of effort. They're hard for an old man to get you, but young folks like you should have not very much, some trouble, but not very much trouble. I won't lie to you. It's going to be dangerous, but I'll pay you worth it.
I need to have a private conversation. One moment, please.
Okay.
Just go back into the closet. So what do you think, Ari?
Ari kind of fluffs up, pecks you on the head, coos soothingly, and then nests in your hair.
But then I have to deal with... Are you sure?
And she flaps her wings obstinately.
All right.
I just imagine Gonathan and Song are just outside going, he's not screaming this time. He's very quiet.
Yeah, Song's like, I wonder if he's looking at all of my recording equipment. Do you think he likes it? It is very shiny, and it's all like covered in glitter and shit.
She just invents glitter, oh my god.
I made it myself.
Hank will step out of the closet and just looks at Gonathan and goes, all right, let me see one of the lists.
Okay, I'll go get it. And he goes in the back room. He comes back, and he hands you like this scroll, like a rolled up scroll. It's pretty thick, and it's sealed with like a stamp. And he goes, yep, this is the instruction for the first one. Kind of toughy, though. It's on an island, and the island does not stop moving. So if you find an island that moves, kind of like the one we saw when we were on the ship, that's good. But I also have, and he pulls out another one. He goes, I also found a rare item. It's a little bit farther from here, but it's about 3 or 4 towns over. A place called Lobelli, and if you want to take that one, not sure of the details, but it does have more information in there, so if you want to read that later, you can do that.
Can I take both of them and look it over with... And Hank just kind of pauses for like a long second. My team?
Oh, 100% with your team. You should, yeah. Yeah, they're good kids, and it's good money. The especially though that the moving island one, because it's so hard. That's an 8,000 gold reward right there, and that's big money. So I don't know about you, but the buyer looking for that item really wants it. So you get that, you're set. You don't need no more shit.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Just want to clarify to the audience that Hank had the most disgusted look on his face when he called us a team. So just so you all have the visual at home.
It pained him.
It pained him to call you a team.
It was a questioning, hesitation.
Well, he's very familiar with what happens when characters that I create end up in bars.
Yeah, this can't go wrong.
He's trying to distance himself at the moment.
Team name is Hank and the Red Shirts.
Oh my god, no.
I'm teasing.
I'm not wearing a shirt.
I'm not wearing a shirt.
Neither am I. Neither is Sapala.
All right.
Yeah.
So does Hank then take these 2 scrolls?
Yeah. He goes, I'll be, like, I assume that is still, like, midday-ish.
Yeah, it's like midday.
We'll be back before the end of the night, and we'll figure this out.
All right, there's no rush. I mean, I gotta get settled in here anyway, and we need to figure out what Miss Shang knows exactly about what her training has been so far. I know Gigi was very good about training his students, but I have to double check what she knows already, because I can't for the life of me remember much of anything ever. So that's fine.
Shocking.
Isn't it? It's so hard to be old. Okay, so I'm gonna go back there and look at my stuff, and I'll see you later, Hanky Panky. All right.
I don't... Nah.
Hanky Panky. Oh,
I love Gonathan so
And
much.
Sam goes, okay, bye, Mr. Hanky Panky.
Hank watches him leaves and just looks down at both the scrolls. Is like, I could burn these. I could burn these right here now.
Aerei flaps her wings against your head.
All right, but I get to choose how we do this from now on.
Woo. Woo.
All right, thank you. What the hell's a catnip?
So he starts heading in the direction that Song originally pointed his team towards. We pan out, we can see the ruins of the town as Hank walks towards the catnip, holding these scrolls. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Thank you for tuning in to Standard Array. Help our show grow by leaving us a review on your podcast player of choice and sharing us with your friends, players, and DMs. Also, please make sure to follow us on social media or on our Discord server for our next adventure. Links are in this episode's description.